much for sticking around. We are the last class of the showcase. For you, for all you marathon folks, this will be the final quarter mile, and it will be awesome. We teach a class on writing sketch comedy. Yes, it's different from improv, but we're going to do a read-through. Each person has written one thing that we will be reading tonight, and it will be awesome. Are you guys ready?
Our first sketch is by a man with a dirty mouth. Peter Heinemann's Big Jimmer White.
Reality TV show intro, cutting into scenes from the show.
Tonight on Hillbilly Fish Kissing.
Hell nah!
Big Jimmer White, a giant sunburned man in turquoise tank top, huge beard, American flag bandana, on riverbank holding up and staring down a giant catfish.
Not bad breath, Jeff.
River guy Big Jimmer White faces his toughest challenge yet.
Reality show confession shot.
This two city folks better quit their fighting long enough to snag one of these catfish. We got some beauties out here today, just beauties.
It's man versus woman versus catfish. On tonight's Hillbilly Fish Kissing.
Let's get to canoodling.
Cut to Muddy River. Jimmer and the couple tread water, just their heads showing.
Put what? Where?
Come on now, you gotta reach down, way down, with both hands into your heart. Because these suckers can tell if you're serious. Nobody's got a BS detector like a 15-pound Tennessee catfish. Are you ready, Sarah?
Okay, maybe.
Well,
Yes,
Jesus Christ, girl, you better get yourself ready. June, did you bring that lipstick like I told you?
I did, but now it's all wet, and I'm really not comfortable.
Hold on. You feel that? Here we go.
Dives down with a big splash.
We're supposed to dive completely under the water? Does that seem right?
Don't ask me. I thought this was going to be a couple's retreat.
It certainly isn't that.
Cut to all three riding in a big powerboat. Big Jimmer is wrestling with an enormous catfish in the bottom boat, while June and Sarah stare at him.
The key is, you gotta show them they can trust you, but also, you gotta demonstrate value so they're a little bit intimidated. For instance, listen here, I done told her I collect Civil War sex equipment. Now, she's like, he's cultured, but wait, he's edgy. What does that mean? I don't know.
Cut back to the river scene. June and Sarah are fighting. Jimmer not there.
I'm the one who wanted to go to Florida. Does this look like fucking Epcot Center to you?
You're being really, really middle class right now. It's hurtful.
As they talk, behind them Jimmer's two hands rise alone out of the water with a catfish in each fish. The two lift the fish there and look horrified. Cut to Jimmer talking to the camera. On the riverbank, over one shoulder you can see June looking at something.
First time? Yeah, you can bet your bumhole I remember my first time.
Camera pans to reveal June is staring blankly at Sarah rolling around in the dirt, passionately making out with a catfish.
Yes, yes.
What the fuck?
See, I'm a
Cut
strict,
to Big Jimmer in the confession booth.
I'm a strict kiss and release type of guy. I just catch him, kiss him, and let him go. Do they ever come back? Do they ever come back? What the fuck kind of question is that? Of course they don't come back.
Sad music starts to play.
See, a catfish is a wild spirit. She don't like commitments of any type. She just burrows away, hiding everything deep down in the mud. Feelings, heart, her true self. Hiding her whole existence in that Mississippi river bottom.
Mingy Dog comes into the shop.
Not like Rusty here. See, a dog will basically let you do anything at all.
Back in the river, it's just Jimmer and June side by side.
Come on, son.
I think I got one.
Pull, boy, pull. I'm the wingman. I'm a goose. Now lock in, Maverick. Lock in that catfish.
It's coming. It's coming up. Oh, God.
Pulls up a disgusting, dirty specimen. Camera close up on the three of them.
Moment of truth, son. No. Look her in the eye. Be a man.
Hi there. You smell like shit.
That's it, boy. Give her an egg. She's primed up. Now, pull the trigger.
June goes in slowly for a kiss, staring in the catfish's eyes. He sticks his tongue out, pauses, then moves closer. The catfish snaps its teeth on his tongue. The camera zooms in on Big Jimmer's face as the screaming continues.
She got you, boy. She got you good. Looks like she may never let you go.
A tear rolls down his face. Cut to title.
Next time on Hillbilly Fish Kissing.
June and Sarah and the two catfish, one still dangling from June's face, are all getting married in a church. The catfish are wearing tuxedos. Big Jimmer presiding in priestly robes.
Oh, shucks.
Blackout. The end.
Our next sketch is by a woman who's the prime suspect in the Kennedy assassination. Julia Kumari Drapkin and her sketch, Please, Please Listen to Me.
Two contestants are seated in a dive bar that's been converted to a game show stage. The announcer, Carl Castle, is gargling Pabst Blue Ribbon in front of a microphone. The theme song of the Diane Rehm Show plays.
Welcome back to Please, Please Listen to Me, public radio's desperate attempt to reach younger audiences. Brought to you by Sweatpants, apathy you can wear. And here's your host, the gold standard of civic civil discourse, the classiest act on NPR, Diane Rehm.
I'm Diane Rehm. Joining me today are two hipsters. Lennon John is a 27-year-old dog walker from Williamsburg.
I'm a verite dog-tographer. Why aren't you Ira Glass?
Ethel Magenta Neutral is a fashion recycler and passive-aggressive liker on Facebook.
Being on the radio is so ironic. Like the time I registered as a Republican.
Because our target demographic has the attention span of a 6-year-old, we're going to skip directly to the Twitter lightning round. We're looking for well-composed yet seemingly spontaneous tweets.
The hashtag #StateOfTheUnion flashes on the monitor.
Our first hashtag is State of the Union.
The contestants stare blankly at Diane.
Sorry, hipsters, no keyboards. You'll have to tweet with pens and paper.
The contestants struggle to remember how to hold a pen. Eventually, they begin to write. Lennon holds up his board first.
I tweeted #StateOfTheUnion. I wish accidental eye contact burned more calories.
Way to waste cyberspace, young man. Lennon gets a point. Now, Ethel.
Ethel holds up her board.
Hashtag State of the Union. I burned my mouth on a Pop-Tart just to see if I could feel.
Democracy is alive and well. We are tied. Very exciting. Our next hashtag is Battle for Birth Control.
The tag #BattleForBirthControl flashes on the monitor. The contestants begin to write. Lennon holds up his board first.
#BattleForBirthControl. Final is more authentic.
Sorry, Lennon, that's incorrect. Ethel?
Ethel holds up her board.
Hashtag Battle for Birth Control. Mainstreamers are crashing our warehouse party.
Sorry, the judges say you tweet like you care. We are still tied. This last hashtag is for the game. Very exciting.
The tag #GivingUpForLent flashes on the monitor.
Hashtag giving up for Lent. Lennon.
Lennon holds up board.
Quinoa. I watched the TED Talk about it. #GivingUpForLent.
I'm sorry, Lennon, it's a tricky one. Ethel?
Ethel erasing. Finally, she holds up her board.
Hashtag giving up for Lent, period.
She didn't bother to write the word out. Period. Just the punctuation mark. Judges. Ding, ding, ding. Giving up, period, is correct. Ethel Magenta Neutral is the winner.
Ethel is face down with her iPhone.
But she's too busy updating her blog to notice.
Join us next time on Please Please Listen to Me. And don't forget to like us on Facebook.
Or you can follow me, Diane Ream, on Twitter from the grave.
Our next sketch is by a man who's very dangerous with a pair of coconuts, Darian Glover, and his sketch, Testimony.
Interior, Indiana State House hearing room. Representative Morris, flanked by aides and other state representatives, is chairing an investigative committee hearing into a radicalized organization. Testifying before the committee are two Girl Scouts, Jenny Miller and Marcy Hamilton.
I am concerned that your organization sexualizes young girls and promotes homosexuality. Is it not true that your organization promotes sex education?
Yes, sir.
Yes, that confirms my research. So your organization's activities are sexual in nature?
No, sir, not at all, sir. Our activities include community service, camping.
Yes, camping. In conducting my research, I've seen videos of you girls pitching tents. Your scout leaders teach life skills to tag-alongs, don't they?
Yes, we obtain badges by learning life skills. But, sir, tag-alongs are a variety of cookies that we sell.
Ms. Miller, we are all aware of your delicious cookies and how people like to dump them. I'm shocked at what my research has yielded in regards to what goes into your cookies' creamy center.
Sir, what are you talking about?
Miss Hamilton, I've spent many nights, up to all hours, looking into your organization. I have found many of your sexual education materials particularly offensive.
With all due respect, sir, the Girl Scouts is a positive, wholesome organization. Our organization is celebrating our 100th year. Our cookie sales are as American as apple pie.
Miss Hamilton, your continued commercial plugs for your tools of satanic seduction aside, the internet doesn't lie. I know all about Savannah Smiles and her house of ill repute.
An aide to the representative whispers into his ear. Representative Morris addresses the aide.
I don't see what internet content filtering have to do with anything.
Blackout, the end.
He's a delicate ballerina with a lumberjack soul. Brian Byrne and his sketch, Change Robot.
Fade in, exterior street corner, daytime. Ralph pulls out a cup for change, exhausted.
Got any change? All right. Have a good day. Are you tired of asking for change day in and day out?
Yeah.
Down on your luck with no one to help?
It's been tough.
Well, it sounds like you need the change robot.
What?
The change robot. It gets that change for you.
A robot?
The change robot is determined.
The change robot holds out its hand with a pitiable expression on its face. Tom looks sympathetic, putting a dollar bill in his hand. The change robot looks at the dollar and then back at Tom.
Please, I'm trying to get something to eat. Do you have $5 or $10?
Tom looks embarrassed and takes a 10 out of his wallet.
The change robot is fast.
The change robot zigzags up the sidewalk rapidly, confronting and startling pedestrians one after the other.
It's dynamic.
My car broke down. I just need a couple of dollars for the bus to work. I'm a war veteran. God bless you. Have a nice day. I'm going to be honest, man. Would you buy me a beer? My family is cold and hungry. Would you help us?
It performs the latest hits.
The change robot sings and dances, motioning with hands around its face.
Poker face.
Ralph and Jerry are excited now, as well as tired and hungry.
Get yours today. Special promotional price of $450,000. Order online. Must have valid delivery address. The Change Robots. Relax. It's got your change.
Blackout, yeah.
Our next sketch is by a family man and toothpaste enthusiast, Lane McFadden, and his sketch, Dr. McGreevy's Old-Fashioned Country Doctor Medical Practice.
Are you tired of doctors that always talk gibberish and newfangled razzmatazz? If you've got an ailment, malady, or affliction, come on down to Dr. McGreevy's Old-Fashioned Country Doctor Medical Practice.
Interior doctor's office at a modern hospital. Mrs. Clement listens as her doctor points to an x-ray and talks. The nameplate on his desk reads, Dr. Fancy Pants.
I'm sorry, Doctor. I just don't understand all this medical mumbo-jumbo.
Well, let me put it this way. Have you ever seen Grey's Anatomy?
How dare you, Doctor? I'm a respectable woman.
Interior Dr. McGreevy's office.
Unlike those whippersnappers, I speak your language.
Dr. McGreevy points to an old-fashioned Victrola.
Well, let me put it this way. Do you remember the time that Rex Morgan, MD, trapped that beaver and taught it how to dance?
Of course I do.
Close up.
And when you're my patient for life.
Interior bedroom, night. A woman lies in bed as medical machinery beeps quietly. Her family stands around concerned. Dr. McGreevy enters with a large leather satchel.
Oh, thank goodness you've come, Dr. McGreevy. I fear my mother is about to breathe her last.
Nonsense! She just needs a strong glass of brandy.
He draws a decanter and 2 glasses from his satchel, fills them both, and drains his. He pours a tiny bit from the second glass into the lips of the lady in the bed, who sits up right away.
Now be sure she moves immediately into a lighthouse to get some salt air. And don't let her sleep with cats. They'll steal your breath in bed. So come see me when you're feeling blue, and I'll set you right. My office has the country's best selection of ointments, liniments, and unctions. But don't take my word for it. Just ask some of my patients.
Exterior doctor's office.
He gave me a bottle of aspirin and a recipe for corn pudding. I feel great.
He gave me a bag of salt and told me my broken arm was caused by trolls.
My old doctor tried to give me migraine medication. Dr. McGreevy told me I had loose brain disorder and I could cure it just by eating thistles.
I just stopped in to get something for Poison Ivy, and I ended up joining a Civil War Recreation Society.
He asked if I knew what time President Coolidge's radio address came on, and then he hummed the entire battle hymn of the Republic. Dr. McGreevy is the best.
So come see me, just off Route 42, between the Super Walmart and Old Lady Murray's Cat Salon.
Blackout.
His middle name is Vicious, Matt Boris, and his sketch, Gerdola.
Open on a kitchen table, with boy and girl sitting before bowls, looking stolen.
Granola again?
Mom, I'm sick of granola.
Cut to hippie kitchen, looking at cereal box.
Man, this stuff is bringing me down.
Cut to businessman, sitting in front of bowl and stylish breakfast nook, speaking into cell phone.
Marie, when I get to the office, have some breakfast ready for me. What? No, I don't care. Something more interesting than this crap.
Is your breakfast boring you?
Cut to triple split screen of all 3 scenes.
Yes!
Well then, liven up your morning with Granola, the cereal with bears.
Cut to animated montage of bears frolicking in a bowl with nuts, oats, honey, etc.
That's right. Every grizzly-sized box of Granola comes complete with all the healthy ingredients to start your day off right. And in every 4th box, There's an actual bear.
An animation snarling bear head comes roaring out of the bowl.
You never know what you're gonna get.
Cut to kids hugging a small marsupial.
We got a koala.
Cut to businessman standing beside a large, hairy man in leather.
I got a date for tonight.
Cut to hippie facing a large, angry-looking grizzly.
Nice, Teddy. Nice.
Hippie runs off screen. Bear follows after him, claws raised. Roars and screams occasionally punctuate announcers' remaining lines.
Yes, that's right. Granola! Breakfast is always nutritious and delicious, and it may just be a fight for your life. Caution, product may contain bears. Company assumes no responsibility for maulings. Emergency care room care is sold separately. Some restrictions may apply.
The end.
Shouldn't shock you to know he used to run guns for the Irish Republican Army. Tariq! And his sketch, Scooby-Doo and the Case of the Brooding Danish Prince.
Okay, fade in, exterior, castle grounds at Elsinore, night. Hamlet's father's ghost is revealing to Hamlet that it was his brother that killed him.
The serpent that did sting thy father's life, now he wears his crown.
Oh, my prophetic soul, my uncle!
Aye, that incestuous, that adulterate beast, with witchcraft of his wits, with traitorous gifts.
The Mystery Inc. gang appears.
Wait, Hamlet, that's not your father's ghost, and I think I know who it is.
Daphne walks over to the ghost and pulls off his mask.
Fortinbras, the Prince of Norway. But why?
Fortinbras poisoned your father and set it up to look like it was your Uncle Claudius that killed him. He then hypnotized Claudius and your mother into marrying each other right after your father's funeral.
Hypnotized? So my mother did not marry my uncle of her own free will?
No, your lordship, it was all Fortinbras' doing. He was trying to drive you insane with rage that you would kill Claudius. After you were king, he was planning to enter Denmark with his army under the pretext that they were passing through on their way to attack Poland. He was actually going to depose you and assume the throne of Denmark for himself.
And I would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for you meddling kids.
Horatio and Marcellus enter.
My lord, wait! What is Fortinbras doing here? Where is thy father's ghost? Who are these younglings garbed in such strange attire?
I do not know, but they have just revealed to me that it was Fortinbras that murdered my father. Put him in shackles.
I knew there was something rotten in the state of Denmark.
No, that's just the pickled herring I've been carrying around in the cave in case I got the munchies.
Turning over to Scooby, who swallows it in one gulp. Horatio and Marcellus notice him for the first time.
By the devil, what manner of monstrous dog is this?
Horatio and Marcellus draw their swords and point them at Scooby-Doo. Scooby yelps and jumps onto Shaggy's arm.
You? My friends, put away your swords. Do you not recognize a Great Dane when you see one?
She's the 5th member of ABBA, Cynthia Van Manen, in her sketch, Real World, C Street.
Begin opening credits. Mitt Romney gets out of a chauffeur-driven car wearing sunglasses, collar popped.
This is the story.
Newt Gingrich emerges from a house wearing a very tight bathing suit, eating a hot dog.
Of conservative politicians.
Rick Santorum sits in the dark, reading the Bible.
Living together in a house on C Street.
Ron Paul stands next to the open refrigerator, writing his name on all his food with a Sharpie.
To find out what happens when America wakes up!
Tashi, a 22-year-old bisexual woman of indeterminate race, lounges on the couch, talking on her phone. Ron Paul glares at her and looks at his watch pointedly.
It starts getting real.
The real world!
And opening credits. Fade in, confessional.
Sometimes it's hard to live with these guys. I don't think they get me at all. Mitt seems to think he can buy his way out of any problem.
Cut to interior, real world C Street house, living room, house meeting.
I'll bet you $50,000 that it wasn't me who forgot to run the dishwasher.
Cut back to confessional.
Rick keeps throwing away my condoms.
Cut to Tashi's bedroom door. Vaguely sexual noises are coming from the other side of the door until...
Rick!
Rick Santorum sits on the floor outside the door. He sees the camera and runs away. Cut back to confessional.
Ron thinks I'm the maid.
Cut to kitchen. Tashi and Ron Paul are at the sink.
Dishes not clean last time. Wash dishes more. And vacuum living room after dust.
Cut back to confessional.
And Newt, I can't.
Cut to living room. Tashi flips through a magazine on the couch while Newt Gingrich attempts to make a move on her.
So I'm technically married at the moment, but Callista is very understanding.
Cut to interior. Herman Cain's Pizza Palace.
We got jobs at a pizza parlor.
Ron Paul argues with Herman Cain.
I don't see why I have to make the pizza. I'm not going to eat the pizza, so why do I have to make the pizza? Why can't people be free to make their own pizza?
Newt Gingrich is handing a mop to a small boy.
This will be really good for you, Jason. You're 7. It's about time you developed a work ethic.
Cut to interior living room. Tashi and Rick Santorum sit on the couch. They speak quietly, so their dialogue is subtitled.
I mean, he's just so arrogant.
I know, man. I don't think anyone likes that guy.
And far be it from me to pass judgment on anyone, but like, it's a friggin' cult, you know? Mormonism is a cult, and I'm trying to be nice about it, but like, dude, I don't want to hear about your weirdo book or whatever.
Well, it's probably best just not to bring it up, Rick.
And his campaign funds barely even come from donors, you know? Like, he's funding this whole thing himself and breaking my back to raise that kind of cash.
Well, dude, it's just a few more months. I mean, when's the convention, like June?
I just hate that guy, Tashi. I hate him.
Cut to confessional. Mitt Romney and Newt Gingrich are together in the confessional booth laughing.
Rick is so uptight.
He's just trying to tell us about the dangers of contraception, so we decided to have a little fun.
Cut to Rick Santorum's room. Mitt Romney and Newt Gingrich sneak into Rick Santorum's room while he sleeps. They titter as they place wrapped and unwrapped condoms all over the bed Rick is sleeping in. They put a vaginal ring around his ear. They squirt spermicide into his hand. They tickle his nose with a feather. Rick Santorum scratches his nose with the spermicide-filled hand and wakes up. Cut back to confessional. Mitt Romney and Newt Gingrich start laughing so hard they literally fall off their chairs. Begin end credits, blackout, the end.